I'm working in the New Perspectives Microsoft Access 2010 textbook. I'm in Tutorial 7 and I'm picking up on page AC 376. We're going to do session 7.2 and we're going to do it in stages. In this first part, I'm going to create the query that begins on page AC 377. You should know how to do queries already, but we'll walk through it quickly. I'm going to click on Create, and we're going to use the Query Wizard for this one. You could do it in Query Design as well, but just as simple. We'll follow the instructions on the book here. It's Simple Query Wizard, OK, and I need the first the invoice table, and we're going to take in invoice item, invoice date, and we're taking them in this order because that's the order they'll appear in the query then. Invoice amount, invoice paid, and from the contract table I want the contract type, and from the customer table I want city, and from the customers by name, and make sure that you choose the customers by name, not the customers by name parameter. So we want customers by name, and out of it I want the customer, our calculated field. I think I have all of them, but if I don't, not a problem. I can add in any of the missing fields. I'll click Next, make sure that detail is selected, Next, and I'm going to call this QRY Invoices by Item. And the book tells you to immediately modify the query, but I like to make sure my query is working before I start making changes to it. I've got invoice item, invoice date, invoice amount, invoice paid, contract type, city, and customer. Okay, that's good. So now I'm going to go into Design View, and if you want to see how these all come together, you can move them around, get a little better look at them. And there we go. I'm a little happier with that, so I can see what's going on. And what they want us to do with this is do some sorts. So we're going to take invoice item, it's our first field, and we're going to sort it ascending. And then we're going to take invoice date and sort it ascending. And so I have the first two fields sorted. Save, run it just to make sure it's still working. When you create queries and you use them as the basis for any of your other objects, you need to make sure that the query works properly, because if the query doesn't work properly, the object that you're creating from your query won't work. And how do you know what the problem is? You will know if you've gone through and you made sure that the query works properly, that it opens properly. I'm not getting that parameter dialog box or anything. I've got 172 records, which means that since I'm using the invoice table and the invoice table has 172 records in it, that I've not put any criteria on it. There's no filtering going on, and so right now everything is working. So that's good, and we're ready to move on to the next step, which begins on page AC 379, and we're going to create a blank report.